What if I told you that 1 hour a day could completely change your life? Not 10 hours, not all day, just 1 hour. Most people wouldn't believe it. After all, how much can really happen in 60 minutes? But this is the story of Michael, a man whose life was falling apart, a man who was running out of money, running out of hope, and running out of time. At 29 years old, Michael felt like a failure. That wasn't how others saw him. To the outside world, he looked normal. He had a job, a small apartment, a car that still worked, and enough money to survive. But deep down, he knew something was wrong. Every morning he woke up tired. Every day felt the same. Every year looked exactly like the one before it. He had dreams when he was younger, big dreams. He wanted to build something, create something, become someone he could be proud of. But life had slowly buried those dreams beneath routines, responsibilities, and excuses. One evening, after a long shift at work, Michael sat alone in his apartment. The television played in the background, but he wasn't watching. He was staring at his bank account. Again, the numbers were depressing. After years of working, he had almost nothing to show for it. He closed the app and sighed. Then his phone rang. It was his younger brother. The conversation started normally, but eventually his brother shared some exciting news. He had just purchased his first home. Michael congratulated him. He sounded happy. But after hanging up, he sat in silence. Not because he wasn't happy for his brother. He was. But the conversation forced him to confront something he had been avoiding. Everyone seemed to be moving forward, except him. That night, he barely slept. The next morning, things became even worse. When he arrived at work, his manager called him into the office. The company was reducing staff, and Michael's position had been eliminated. Just like that. Years of loyalty, gone in 10 minutes. He packed his belongings and walked out carrying a small cardboard box. The drive home felt longer than usual. Questions raced through his mind. How would he pay rent? What would he tell his family? How long would his savings last? For the first time in his life, fear became real. The next few months were difficult. He applied for jobs every day, sent out resumes, attended interviews, waited for responses. Most never came. Some rejected him immediately. Others simply disappeared. Meanwhile, his savings continued shrinking. Every week brought new stress. Every bill felt heavier. Some nights, he stared at the ceiling, wondering how everything had gone so wrong. One rainy evening, he sat alone in his apartment. The room was dark. A stack of unpaid bills rested on the table. Rain tapped against the window, and on the wall hung a clock. Tick, tick, tick. Michael stared at it. Then, a strange thought crossed his mind. Every day, he spent hours worrying, hours scrolling through social media, hours thinking about his problems. What if he used just one of those hours differently? What if he spent 1 hour every day learning a skill that could create opportunities? The idea seemed simple, almost too simple, but he had nothing to lose, so he made a promise. For 1 year, every single day, he would dedicate 1 hour to learning a valuable skill. No excuses, no exceptions. 1 hour, that was all. The next day he started. At exactly 8 p.m., he sat at a small desk, opened his laptop, grabbed a notebook, and began learning. The first week felt exciting. He imagined future success. He imagined opportunities. He imagined a completely different life. But then reality arrived. After 1 week, nothing changed. After 2 weeks, nothing changed. After 1 month, nothing changed. His bills were still there. His bank account was still shrinking. His future still looked uncertain. And that's when most people would have quit. But Michael didn't. Every night at 8 p.m., he showed up, sometimes motivated, sometimes exhausted, sometimes discouraged, but always present. 1 hour, every day. Then another challenge appeared. His friends began questioning him. One friend laughed. "Do you really think 1 hour a day is going to change your life?" Michael didn't answer, because deep down he wasn't sure. Another friend told him to focus on finding any job instead of wasting time learning. Sometimes their words bothered him. Sometimes he wondered if they were right. But every night he still sat at his desk. 1 hour. Every day. Months passed. Still no breakthrough. Still no success. Still no dramatic results. One evening, after 6 months of consistency, Michael nearly quit. He closed his laptop, pushed away his notebook, and stared at the wall. What am I even doing? He asked himself. Nothing seemed to be working, nothing seemed to be changing. The temptation to quit felt overwhelming. Then his eyes landed on the clock. 8:17 p.m. He remembered the promise he had made. 1 hour, just 1 hour. So he reopened the laptop and kept going. That decision changed everything. A few weeks later, something unexpected happened. A small business owner posted a project online. The pay was tiny. Most experienced professionals ignored it. But Michael applied. To his surprise, he got the opportunity. The project wasn't glamorous. The money wasn't impressive, but it was proof. Proof that his effort had value. Proof that his skills were becoming useful. Proof that progress was happening even when he couldn't see it. Michael completed the project successfully. Then another client arrived. Then another. Then another. Slowly, opportunities began appearing. His confidence grew. His income grew. Most importantly, his belief in himself grew. 1 year later, his side income was earning more than his previous salary. 2 years later, he no longer needed to search for jobs. Clients were searching for him. 3 years later, he hired his first employee. 4 years later, he moved into a home he once thought he could never afford. 5 years later, he owned a successful business. People admired his success. Some called him talented. Others called him lucky. But they never saw the real story. They never saw the rainy nights, the unpaid bills, the self-doubt, the fear, the loneliness, the moments when quitting felt easier. Most importantly, they never saw the thousands of hours quietly invested behind the scenes. Years later, while cleaning his office, Michael found an old notebook, the same notebook he had used when everything started. He smiled as he flipped through the pages. There were goals, ideas, mistakes, lessons. And on the very first page, written in faded ink, were 4 simple words. 1 hour every day. Michael stared at those words for a long time, because suddenly he understood something. The hour hadn't changed his life. The consistency had. The skill mattered. The business mattered. The money mattered. But none of those things were the real transformation. The real transformation happened when he became the kind of person who kept showing up, even when progress was invisible, even when nobody believed in him, even when success seemed impossible. Success rarely comes from one giant effort. It comes from small actions repeated consistently. Most people overestimate what they can achieve in a week and underestimate what they can achieve in 5 years. The secret isn't working harder than everyone else. The secret is staying consistent longer than everyone else. Because time rewards consistency, and consistency eventually creates opportunities that look like luck. Michael's life wasn't changed by talent. It wasn't changed by luck. It wasn't changed overnight. It was changed by a decision he made every day. 1 hour when he felt motivated. 1 hour when he felt tired. 1 hour when he felt discouraged. 1 hour when nobody was watching, because success isn't built in a single day. It's built in the quiet hours that most people choose to waste. 1 hour becomes a day. A day becomes a month. A month becomes a year. And a year can become an entirely different life. So the next time you tell yourself that 1 hour isn't enough, remember Michael, because for him, just 1 hour changed everything.